Okay, so we are looking at the sun right now, as you can see, through a Astrofy 133 millimeter telescope with a solar filter on it. And as you can see, there are some pretty gnarly sunspots on it. So what these are is areas of like, um, the sun has this electromagnetic field, which is caused by all these particles moving around, and it changes from time to time. And so these sunspots appear. They're actually areas that have cooler temperature instead of hotter, which surprised me. Um, but from these, they're high intent, like, and so they emit, um, in this case, like solar flares or CMEs, coronal mass ejections. So that's what's going on right now, and it is there's a pretty big one there at the top. And so because of this high energy, um, the, apparently the sun goes through stages of kind of like high energy and low energy. I think it's related to the magnetic field and that sort of thing. Like every 11 years or so, and right now it's kind of in a period of high activity. And so these sunspots and some CMEs that were kind of like, you know, launched from the sun in the past couple days has caused the northern lights to be visible more. And so, let me move that a little bit. And so I thought that was pretty cool. The sun, that's that's kind of what caused the northern lights. Those little spots. I mean, yeah, basically. I don't know exactly how it works, but let me see. So, while sunspots themselves are not directly related to CMEs, they often serve as the source regions for the magnetic disturbances that can lead to CMEs, which to me means they are related, but that's what GPT said. We said a little longer than that. There we go. So yeah, I just want to check out those sunspots. They're I don't know how long they last for. I mean, I think they're fairly temporary. Um, let's see. Let's ask Chat GPT. See what we can learn. How long do sun spots generally last? If I have connection out here. Hello there. This is the sun with the sunspots. I'm just looking at it in my backyard with a solar filter on my telescope. I've got, let me move that a little bit. Yeah, that is the sun. So I've got I think it's a 25 millimeter eyepiece and about a 4 or 5 inch diameter, 130 millimeter, I don't know what that is in inches, which the zoom on that, I don't know how to do the math, I forgot, but it's, zoomed in at least maybe 10 times or something, or maybe not quite that big. But just to get a close up look of the sunspots there. That was my goal. You doing the same thing? What kind of telescope do you have? Is it bigger than mine? Because I would love to get like a closer look on it, a higher zoom. It would be pretty cool. But my telescope's not that big. I do have another eyepiece that would get closer, but I don't know if it would make a huge difference. I could try it out in a minute. Okay, so let's see what else I was going to read. Geomagnetic storms. So when CMEs or high-speed solar wind streams interact with the Earth's magnetic field, they can cause geomagnetic storms. These storms can disrupt power grids, satellite communications, and navigation systems. And then they can also produce stunning auroras at high altitudes, which is what I was able to see some of that last night. It was really pretty, really cool looking. Um, Auroras, the interaction of charged particles from the sun with the Earth's magnetic field creates auroras, colorful displays of lights in the sky near the polar regions. Yes, indeed. So if you're looking for the aurora borealis, you need to look north, unless you're really far south. I guess there's a south. There would be a south borealis, I imagine. But most of us are seeing it in the north. So a Geisker telescope. Oh, cool. I haven't heard of that. Is that a brand of the manufacturer or the type of telescope? Because I know there's like Newtonian, there's Dobsonian, but that sounds like it might be a brand. What kind of aperture? And do you like it? If so, should I check it out? Because I am interested in maybe trying out some other telescopes. I've done some telescope reviews. I've tried 3 different telescopes, and a brand. Okay, yeah. And this Celestron Astrophi 133 millimeter, 130 millimeter is my favorite one so far. It has controls that can move it remotely using your phone. However, I would like to get a plug-in remote for it because the phone can be finicky, and also I like to use my phone for other things while I'm controlling the telescope. So. Or you Ford Ramsey? Not sure. Am I Ford Ramsey? That's the question? No, I don't think I am. You can use your phone. So you like it, you say it's nice. You can use your phone and zoom in at moon craters. Interesting. If you're zooming in at your phone, does that mean... Because like the telescope can't zoom, but if you're using your phone to look into the eyepiece, you can zoom in with your phone. That way, I'm guessing is what you mean. Let's move this a little bit more. That's pretty cool. Let's see. If I navigate away to look something up really quick, will it pause my stream? It might. Let's see. Stay tuned. All right, I'm back. So these sunspots we're seeing, looks like they could last anywhere up until like a couple months, sometimes shorter, sometimes a couple weeks. Now, I do think... Oops, hang on. This one, right now, the sunspot looks like it's at the top because my telescope is reflecting it. I used my my eclipse glasses to look at the sun a minute ago, and the sunspot's actually, I think it was at the bottom. So this is reversed. But, yeah. I think I read this weekend that there was like 5 CMEs, which is quite a lot. Huge geomagnetic storm, solar storm. Yeah, geomagnetic, because that's when it hits the Earth. And so I heard some people saw the aurora borealis on Friday. I saw it last night, and I'm hoping to maybe see it again tonight if we're lucky, because it's really pretty. I need to post some images on my community tab from that. Some pictures of the aurora borealis. Anyway, there you go. That's all I wanted to show you. Well, let's see. With my phone, Jackson says, I just saw the auroras last night too. Was that your first time? It was my first time, and I gotta tell you, it was amazing. Like, really unreal. Like nothing I've ever experienced. We had to leave our neighborhood a little bit to get to somewhere where it's a little darker to see it better. Basically, that's my train of thought. Because from the backyard, I could see kind of a little bit of a faint light band in the sky that could have been, it could have been light pollution, or it could have been reflections from the sun, which had set. But I had a feeling that it was the Northern Lights, so we drove out where there's less light pollution. And the moment we turned on the road going north, and I saw it, even like through my windshield, like the colors, it came into view. That was like unforgettable moment. Really cool. And we found a spot to get out and take pictures. Astronomy Kid says you have two telescopes in one, the the main one and the small one for small stuff, and a small one for. I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but it's true. I do. I currently only have two. I sold the third one I tried because I didn't like it as much. I have a travel scope and then this bigger one, and it's fun to take the travel scope around to look at star clusters or um, with the right magnification, you can. It's kind of interesting to look at planets. I looked at Saturn with it and Jupiter, but it's not as interesting because it's just such a small field of view. So you want a bigger telescope for planets or more magnification. You need a newer phone camera to see them better. That is true. No, that's a good point. This phone camera is not the best. An iPhone 13, that's what I should get, huh? Yeah, iPhones have great cameras. My wife has one of those. I should get one of those. Can I zoom in more on this one from streaming? I guess I can. Is that any better? Oops. It's more finicky. There you go. Astronomy Kid says I'm going to a zero light pollution place this summer to see Andromeda Galaxy. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely cool. I haven't seen it from a zero light pollution place. I've seen it from pretty good skies, pretty low light pollution, just as a little faint smudge. And it was really hard to pick out, but I would love to see it somewhere darker. Also, somewhere dark where you can see just some of the. Well, one I saw last night is the Beehive cluster in Cancer, the constellation Cancer. If you have like any light pollution, at least from my experience, you can't. I can barely even see Cancer sometimes. It's a faint one. I have seen it in some darker places, but I would like to try and see the Beehive cluster without a telescope. See if I can't remember what magnitude it is or if that's possible, but I think it might be if you go to somewhere dark enough. So yeah, where I'm going, I see the center. Yeah, I think that's common. Without long exposure photography, the Andromeda Galaxy, you really only can see the galactic center. That's where the brightest part is. So that makes sense. Still pretty cool to look for, though. All right, well, thanks for joining me. I mean, it's so cool to look at, though. Maybe next time I'll have to get a better camera and a bigger telescope or something. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There you go. There's the sun. And I guess we'll end it there. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. And I hope you can, if you have a chance, go out and look for the Aurora Borealis tonight. It might still be visible. So good luck.